you. I don't know where to sit. I've got chairs. And I've got a fortune teller. But, do you remember this thing from last time? I'm making it like talk to you. I put poems in all of these. Is it awful quiet? Yeah.
Make me know you. Dun dun dun.
That's right. I'm talking loud to make sure that it actually sounds normal when he's actually doing this. How does that sound? How does it sound? Better? Sure. Yay! I'm behind it. I can't tell. I know my little fortune thing. There are poems that are in each of these, and I wanted to start by reading the poems that are in this. What?
Speak loudly.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to yell because this thing is awfully quiet, so I'll have to yell in this thing. Okay. Anyway, these are my little fortunes of poems. Now, there are a bunch of poems in here. I thought I saw these things from when you were a kid, and you can read your fortune with it. I don't know if these are fortunes, but they are a bunch of poems that talk about problems with relationships. So I'm going to find one randomly. There, let's go. I went to the first panel. This one is called, is that okay if I'm sitting? Yeah. Okay. This one is called You Feel More. It's like this. Run your hand back and forth in a line, parallel to the ground. That's the world, you see. It's that line. Now raise your hand a few inches, maybe 6 above that line, and run your hand back and forth. And that is you. You're above it all. You're better than them all. You can do more. You succeed more. You feel more. And then, you see, you raise your hand a few inches, maybe 6 more above that line, and run your hand back and forth. And that is who you love. And when you feel that you're above them all, how will you find someone higher? Yeah. Now I have to go through my fortune to find another one. Another one. This one, oh, these are interesting. This one is called Who You Tell Your Dreams To. We were driving down the freeway, you and me in the pickup truck, and your girlfriend in between, where you could move that gear shift and it would mean so much to you. And you saw something that you thought was beautiful, and you said, look at the lines, look at how it was made. And you were inspired by the beauty of an everyday object that no one else noticed. And your girlfriend, riding in the middle, said, that's him, people think he's crazy. And I thought, no, it just depends on who you tell your dreams to. But I couldn't say to the truck, I wouldn't say it. Thank you. It's fun going through this little fortune telling thing. And the whole reference of being, if you said somebody else is the girlfriend, this one's called You and Me and Your Girlfriend. Little fortune thing. We went out for drinks together. You and me and your girlfriend to a restaurant in Malibu with a balcony that hung over the water. Had a perfectly lovely time, you and me and your girlfriend, talking about life, catching up, and you suggested that we go out on the balcony. And I thought that would be charming for you and me and your girlfriend, but we hadn't paid our bill yet, so your girlfriend told us to go on without her. We stood outside, leaned on the rail, you and me, listened to the water crash on the rocks below us, and we talked. But now it was not about catching up, you and me. It was about ideas, dreams, plans, and before I knew it, we'd been out there for nearly an hour. And I said, oh, what about your girlfriend? She was waiting for us all that time. And you said, oh, yeah, and didn't move an inch. One more from my poetry fortune. It's hardly a fortune thing. It's all about the things going wrong about relationships. And I find this piece really funny, and I'm saving it for last. I wrote this piece probably a year and a half before I met my husband. who it sounds like in many ways this was written about. It wasn't, I didn't know him. I love this one. I mean, it's just the whole idea of like finding somebody. Can I find somebody? This is called Only a Year. You know, it would be easier if someone came along, someone new all together and swept me off my feet. Someone tall, really tall, and boyishly handsome, and someone with way too much money, and someone who was strong and romantic. Someone I shouldn't even be thinking about because he doesn't exist. I feel like a character in a novel who sees the protagonist and thinks that they're just too good and can't be real. And I'm the only one that's real, and my biological clock is ticking, and I've got a year to decide. Only a year. And there's so much I want to do, and so much I want to say, and so much I want to feel, and all I feel is alone. And I'm in a room full of people, and all I feel is alone. And I've got only a year, and the seconds are ticking away, and I can't even think of making a decision, and I can't decide how my life should unfold. Someone waits for me? Will anyone wait for me? I know that relationships gone wrong or something. I'm looking for things from books. This is from the book Featurette. That's a shot of a statue of Jesus Christ with a light going up on the backside of a church in Jackson Square in New Orleans. When people are going there and drinking a lot, there is this huge thing of this statue and this light and what is. Anyway, so this is one piece I wanted to read from this book, and it is called The Kitchen. Today I cleaned the kitchen. I prepared dinner for you, and while I could have worked on my work, on my time, someone would say that I was giving things up to you, and yes, I am giving things, but I'm giving nothing up. I used to be the president, I used to be the king, I used to be Jesus Christ, and in a way, I still am. I have everything now, and it makes me happy to clean the kitchen and prepare a dinner for you. They're not all about that relationship. They're not honest. I was looking for short pieces in here, and I found this one, which I thought was fascinating. Experiences when you're on the L train. This is called Private Lives 2 from the elevated train. The people you see. He was running his hands along the pages of his large magazine, like petting his cat, slowly, gently, caressing the skin of the animal, back and forth, his eyes staring into space. He was staring at me. I wasn't afraid to look at him. I knew he couldn't see me. His hands sliding over the braille, page after page. His eyes fixed in my direction. I think he knew I was looking. I'm trying to find things here. I have this one. Appeared in a collection book called Blister and Burn. I'm also pulling things from a collection book, Featurette. It is called Before I Learned Better. You'd think the people that were most like you are perfect for you. But if you find someone like that, and you're dating someone like that, you'll see that they now have all the faults that you do, except their faults are so much worse, and you want to kill them for the faults you have, and you want to crack their spread head open and see their brains flowing out into the streets. Yeah, I know your mood swings, your hatred, your love of life and truth and fairness and art and your anger. They're all as strong as mine. But I'm still going to be hard on you, and I'm still going to be hard on you for being me before I learn better. Thank you. These are two pieces. If people know me at all, I was in a near-fatal car accident approaching a decade ago, and I wrote a bunch of stream of consciousness pieces, and I've got two of them here. This one is called Making Sense Out of the Insane. I can't see the silver lining around the clouds. I see the dripping blood from poorly cut wounds that haven't healed, I tell you. Making sense out of the insane is pointless, and the insane starts to make sense, so bottle up all that hate to try to understand. So change your goals in life. Yes, change them all. After a while, it has an effect on you. After a while, you start to feel like a prisoner with the life kicked out of you by a bunch of other prisoners, with the guards all looking the other way. It's funny how the prisoners get the coin to pay all the good guys. But when you start to see that, and when you start to feel like that, the line between sanity and insanity is blurred. This one is called Pressure on Me Again. Man, you put a lot of pressure on me, and I'm so sick of not being in control of everything, and I'm sick of defining how everything goes. I have to define my own life. I need to take a magic marker, a thick, black, bold marker, and create a path that defines who I am. I need to make my own choices and color everything in and make sure that I don't go past the lines so it looks like I did a bad job, because no one I know wants to make sure that no one can ever put that pressure on me again. Am I okay after that?
Do one more?
I can do one more, sure. Now I have to find one. I've got pages, let me see. I've got a short guy here. Let's skip ahead to this one. I have a few short ones. This one is called Never Did the Same. We've put each other through hell, I know. We've tried each other's patience. We've goaded each other on. We've pissed each other off. We've jerked each other around. But I've noticed two things. One is that whenever you were unhappy, I turned on the charm. I tried to make your day. I tried to make you laugh. And the other thing I noticed was that you never did the same for me. Thank you very much for everything.
Okay, next up is the